My teacher kept me after class on Friday, pointed at the whiteboard, and walked out without saying a single word. That week had been genuinely awful. I failed a quiz I actually studied for. I got benched. My parents were doing that thing where they don't fight. They just stop talking entirely, which is somehow worse. I was exhausted in a way that sleep wasn't fixing. So when Mrs. Martina asked me to stay after class, my first thought was, honestly, what now? She didn't say anything. She just walked to the board, pointed at something already written on it, and left the room. Door clicked shut behind her. I remember standing there thinking, is this a joke? Am I being pranked right now? I turned around. You are not. What happened to you? You are what you choose to become, were written on the board. And I just stood there, and it felt like I had some massive movie moment. I was so confused at first. Then this weird stillness, like something in my brain just went quiet for a second. I sat down in the closest chair, because honestly, my legs felt a little weird. I don't know how long I was in there. Long enough that the janitor knocked on the door, and then awkwardly backed away when he saw me sitting alone in an empty classroom, looking like I was going through something. Mrs. Martina never mentioned it again, ever. I kept waiting for her to follow up, to ask how I was doing, to make it a whole thing. She did not. On Monday morning, she just looked up when I walked in, gave me this small nod, and went back to her notes. That actually made it mean more, weirdly. Fast forward 3 years. I'm graduating. First person in my entire family to finish college. And the whole time through, every late night, every moment I wanted to quit, every time I called my mom crying, saying I didn't think I could do it, I kept coming back to those words. Not because they are some powerful quote, but because of who pointed to them, and then trusted me enough to walk away. So I went back to find her. I went to school. Mrs. Martina was packing something into cardboard boxes. I walked in, and she looked up, and I didn't even really have a speech prepared. I just said that Friday changed my life. I need you to know that. She put down what she was holding. I told her everything. The chair, the janitor, the dorm room nights, all of it. When I finished, she was quiet for a moment, and then she said, I put something different up there every year for one student. I never know if it lands. I asked her how she chose who. She said, and I think about this all the time now. She said, I look for the ones who are almost gone. I held it together until I got to my car. Then I sat in the parking lot of my old middle school and cried like I was 14 again. Not sad crying, just the kind that comes when something finally makes sense after years of not making sense. Some people save you with big gestures, interventions, long talks, grand speeches. And some people save you by just quietly pointing at a whiteboard and trusting you to figure out the rest. I got lucky enough to have the second kind.